AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's time for Monday Night Football on EA Sports. We'll see Cam Newton and the Dallas Cowboys taking on Phillip Rivers and the Arizona Cardinals.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Lone Star State and the very mammoth AT&T Stadium in Arlington, Texas. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Arizona Cardinals and the Dallas Cowboys. Hello again, everyone. I'm Brandon Gautin, joined as always by Charles Davis. And Charles, you take a look at this Cowboy team entering play. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Meanwhile, for the visiting Cardinals here, they were winners last time out, so they'll be looking, Charles, to make it 2 in a row.
And what I enjoyed when I watched their game tape and their victory last week is they put it together in every phase. Good offense, good defense, and some key plays on special teams. Let's see if they can get that second win in a row.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. And they'll be led out by a late signee this year, their 31-year-old quarterback. It's Cam Newton.
If you just break it down in individual terms, he played really well last week. 0 interceptions, 3 touchdown passes. Not a whole lot more he could have done to win that game. But you know something's funny when we talked to him. All he focused on were throws he missed, other opportunities that didn't get done.
Good sign of a leader.
Great sign of a leader because they didn't win, and that's all he cares about.
The game's first play produces 6 yards, brings up second down. The numbers on the ground for Montgomery in last week's affair. 18 carries, 87 yards.
Well, this is where it becomes a challenge for the offensive coordinator. He's got a bell cow at tailback right now. Number 3 in the league in rushing within shouting distance of the...
And right away, he lost the football.
Phillip Rivers sacked. A fumble on the play.
Points 1, 2, and 3 in their defensive game plan was to get to the quarterback and knock the ball free. They did it there. Luckily, offense hangs on to it.
Yeah, that's got to serve as a wake-up call, though, because they can't afford to let the ball go over to the defense and miss opportunities. And I'm not saying it happened here, but you know what a good rule of thumb is when a play like that occurs? You know who usually recovers it? The guy who missed his block and let his quarterback get hit.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a third down. A shotgun snap for Newton. And finding the tight end Hooper. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. It's a 9-yard gain, and it'll keep the drive moving.
First and 10.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. Now a run with Montgomery. Nowhere to go that time. He maybe got a yard up to the 40. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
Brings up 3rd and 7.
Throwing on 3rd down, Newton. Got his connection complete to Ruggs. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. So opening drive, third down, they go with a slant. It works.
And I'm wondering when the league's going to figure it out because everyone throws it on third down. You expect pressure, so you want the ball in the hands of the quarterback quickly. It's a three-step route ordinarily, and you're throwing it where you see the receiver breaking towards you. So it's an inside route. Everyone likes it, and it's executed very well.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Complete out to Samuel on the quick throw. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches, so as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Call it a 1-yard gain on the play, and it'll result in a fresh set of downs.
And while it's highly unusual for NFL teams to think about using their quarterback on key third down runs, none of those teams, save one, has Cam Newton. He's unique, one of the biggest quarterbacks you'll ever see. Give him the ball, let him pick it up.
First down, here's the run with Montgomery. Down to the 30 after a gain of 3. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
At the 30-yard line. A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
On the ground, it's Montgomery. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The 13th play now coming on this opening drive. Here's 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced the 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced the dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
A 50-yard attempt.
Zerline's kick is up and through. And the Cowboys are going to jump out to a 3-0 lead.
The score, Cowboys 3, Cardinals 0.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
So out come the Cardinals now for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their quarterback who's in his 17th season now in the NFL, an 8-time Pro Bowler to boot. It's Phillip Rivers.
And I thought in last week's game, he found a way to win like a good pitcher without his best stuff. I mean, he did throw 2 interceptions, offset by 1 touchdown pass. Not the ratio, not the numbers you're really looking for as a QB. But finding a way to win, that's all that really matters.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
At the 36-yard line. A 7-yard pickup. Brings up 7.
And now some motion before the snap. And this will be our first penalty of the night's proceedings. And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a little discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
On 2nd down, here's the option. It'll be a pickup of just 2, and they're going to have a 3rd down.
A 2-yard gain on the play. And it's third down.
180! 180!
From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Looking underneath, he's got Akers. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down. They needed 5 there on third down. He winds up getting 7. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on third down. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want them to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the first down there, help them relax a little bit.
And he will go down. A Cowboys sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Another try after the first down sack. Rivers. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. They wound up getting nothing out of that second down completion, so now here's 3rd and 10.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On 3rd down, Rivers. A pass underneath for Fournette. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line. Well short of the first. 5 yards, and that means they come up short as they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
On 4th down, J.K. Scott ready to punt it away. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. And they'll come out with a 3 tight end look on the first play of the drive. They'll start on the ground with Montgomery. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Give him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a 2nd and just about a few inches here.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
On 2nd down, it's Montgomery. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the 20 at the 18. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
1st and 10 at the 18-yard line.
A give to Montgomery out of the gun. And he'll find some space up to about the 25. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
They'll try the air now with Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Khalil Mack able to record his 5th sack of the season.
And they're picking up right where they left off with the shutout that they pitched last week. A huge part of that, this pass rush. They know how to get after people.
Offensively, good luck finding some answers right now. The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 9. From the gun, here's Newton. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So on fourth down, here's Johnny Hecker to punt it away. Back deep to return is K.J. Hamler. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's going to go in the books as a 55-yard punt. Well done. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. And hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win second down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first.
First down, Arizona.
On 1st and 10, Rivers to Jefferson on the slant. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory.
A gain of 14.
That goes for 14 yards. First down, Cardinals. From the gun, Rivers. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
Rivers incomplete on first down. Here's 2nd and 10. To throw again. Rivers. He'll throw complete to Cam Akers. And they'll wind up getting this to the 37. Gain of 9. Came up a little short on the last pass play. They did get 9 yards out of it, leaving him with his 3rd and 1.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
K.J. Hamler. A gain of 5.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll run here with Akers. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Working out of the gun, Rivers. That's into the hands of Akers, complete.
Rivers pass. Complete.
Oh, I came to my feet on that one. I thought he was getting close to breaking that one big, but in the end, give some credit to the defense, finding a way to get to him and forcing a 3rd down.
They'll try and run for this with Akers. He'll have a first down inside the 10. And he's hauled away down to the 6-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Brandon, I know it's hard to believe sometimes that a guy who was rated in the top 5 running backs in the draft could be a little bit underrated, but I thought that about Cam Akers. One of my favorite runners in this draft. We just saw that ability right there. Great vision, terrific speed, has the power to run through tackles and make big plays. Remember, he was a #1 high school kid coming out. Now he's exhibiting that talent in the NFL.
They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining. A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now. We'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from you. And he is in for 6. Touchdown, Cardinals. Cam Akers, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Cardinals have taken the lead. A strong, determined run there, Charles, to get in for 6 points.
This is why it's such a team game, isn't it? And I know it sounds really generic and it sounds almost trite, but the blocks were made up front, offensive line, collective victory at the line of scrimmage and downfield. And how about the finish to the run all the way into the end zone?
Now Adam Vinatieri for the point after. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it was Cam Akers who capped it off with a touchdown. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is Tony Pollard. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
The Cowboys take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. That catch good for only a couple. Cam trying to rally his guys to the line as quick as he can. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. On the carry, it's Montgomery. And he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their second, as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Johnny Hacker now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Hamler now on the return. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Getting set to go again as we look at the back, heading onto the field again. The passing game, they've had more success there than the running game. Maybe something they game plan for.
How come they didn't tell us about it?
Because they wanted to keep it a secret.
We did ask, didn't we? But I think what happened in this one is they've realized that they've established the run pretty well, and teams are going to key on that. They thought they could open it up and have success through the air, and that's exactly what's going on.
Yeah, they've had success at least so far here in the 2nd quarter.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want.
And nowhere to get away. Rivers is dropped. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts, as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. On 3rd down, here's a run by Akers. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now, as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. On is the punter Scott here as he gets this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Cowboys will take over the football with a 1st and 10. The Cowboys about set to take over on offense. Inside of a minute left in the half, does the fact that you're down on the scoreboard influence what you do, or I guess don't do on this final drive?
It certainly does, but what influences me even more is who I've got running my football team out on the field and the weapons around him. Can he make a play? Can he get into someone that we're going to trust to take?
In trouble, and he's taken down. Khalil Mack, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been on constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached intermission here in a low-scoring game. 7-3 is our score. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Take it away, Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in a minute. But first, time to give the folks at home a look at what's going on around the NFL. We'll get started up at Lucas Oil Stadium in the capital city of Indianapolis, where it was the Colts who were able to come away with the home victory. 24-21, the final score. From there, let's get over to the Rockies to check out the Broncos at home in Denver. And they were winners in that one over the visiting Miami Dolphins. 30-24 was the final. Lastly, let's get up to Buffalo to check on the Bills. And they were losers in that game as they fall to the visiting Kansas City Chiefs. 30-24 was the final. Meanwhile, in our game, not a lot of offense to go around. 7-3 is our score. Will we see things open up in the second half? To find out, we get it back to our guys in the booth. Brandon Gott.
It's the 20 to about the 22.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22.
So here are the Cardinals to take over. They were winners over the Jets a week ago, and they are in the driver's seat right now as well. They go play action here on first down. And he'll get that to Fournette, complete. And they're able to get this one across the 35. Now we're going to get a stoppage here as we've got an injured Cardinal on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on first and 10. Operating from the gun, Rivers. He'll get this to Akers out of the backfield. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39. That catch good for only a couple.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Throwing again on second down. Rivers. This one brought in by Jefferson. Touchdown, Cardinals. Justin Jefferson with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Cardinals push further out in front. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt. That one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Vinatieri now for the point after. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up in a touchdown for Arizona. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Fields it in the middle of the end zone. Pollard elects to keep it, and this will come out to the 25-yard line.
25-yard line.
The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper. They need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
Give him 10 yards there, and about by the nose of the football, he's going to have a first down.
First and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Montgomery. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up second down.
He's brought down at the 39-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
From the gun, Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Newton to throw. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Give him 15 there, and the Cowboys have a first.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Operating from the gun. Newton. And it's caught over the middle. Hooper. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. 19 yards there on the catch and run.
19 more yards.
Now what we're seeing, this is much better from this offense because so far in this game, no touchdown to this point. And what's usually a direct correlation? Very few explosive plays. That's been their issue. Not able to make that big shot downfield or break one off, but a nice game there for a first down.
Took till the second half, but finally a red zone opportunity here. They have a 1st and 10 at the 18. Throwing again is Newton. And he's wrapped up, taken down, back at the 25. Aaron Donald able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle. They run. Montgomery. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9.
Brings up 3rd and 9.
From the gun, Newton. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down.
He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense has been all over them.
Yeah, they're one of the better defenses in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
35-yard attempt.
And Zerline's kick is good. And a second field goal here cuts their deficit to 14-6 now.
Cowboys 6.
So the drive stalls out inside the 15-yard line, but they do get 3.
And I've talked with enough players nowadays that when they have these types of kicks, that no one says to their guy, hey, that's just like making an extra point, piece of cake. Because the extra point is not a piece of cake anymore. But kicking a field goal from that distance, just give him confidence and let him knock it through.
Phillip Rivers now gears up to lead the offense on the field. How do you break down his game so far? Just the 1 touchdown pass, but sometimes the touchdown pass stat category, that doesn't tell the whole story.
It really doesn't, not until you balance it with the error side. You know, and in this case, he hasn't thrown any interceptions. So a lot of people would call this almost a pedestrian game, kind of a bus driver game. But that's just really wrong. Being a bus driver is a good thing if you're running a football team, because that means you're in control and you're taking your team to the right places.
Yeah, he's been pretty solid.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
They'll run on 1st down with Akers. And he's across the 40, 3 extra yards to the 43. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6.
Operating from the gun, Rivers. Open man is Higgins. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. That one, a 1st down pickup of 8.
And the Cardinals.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 12 yards the pickup, good enough for an Arizona first.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Akers. And he'll be taken down at the 33, a pickup of about 4.
Ball carrier.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
It's third down.
On third down, Rivers. And the Cowboys pressure gets there this time for the sack. Credit the sack to Fred Warner. And he's on the heels of winning the NFC Defensive Player of the Week award. He had a pair of sacks in last week's game, Charles.
So much for adjusting, so much for game planning, right? You know that he had the 2 sacks last week. Why aren't you able to block him? Sometimes a superior athlete just wins.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Arizona. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And they'll play keep away from the returner as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. The Dallas offense back out onto the field. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Eddie Jackson with a tackle.
Jackson brought him down. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 9.
On 2nd and 9. Newton and a slant hauled in by Ruggs. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now in Arlington. It's the Cowboys in possession of the football, but they trail here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. The Cowboys on third down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This time they face a 3rd and 2. They'll run it. Here's Montgomery. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and it'll move the chains.
3rd and 2, right? So this is a situation where low man has got to win at the line of scrimmage, but it's not just the low man winning. It's the low man who's winning with some force, and they had that to pick up the first down.
Barely picking it up, but they did. On first down, Newton. He'll get this underneath to Montgomery. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown.
Just like that. Just like that. Check 59.
Now Montgomery. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He winds up giving a yard back there, and now it's 3rd and 2.
Well, I would have figured after the 9-yard run on the previous play, getting 1 more yard wouldn't have been much of a problem. But apparently it was, and now it's 3rd down.
The Cowboys on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. Here it's 3rd and 2. Now it's Newton. Trying to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Danny Trevathan. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game.
And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Khalil Mack make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Offensively, they're going to have to figure this out before next week. 7 sacks in 1 game.
Yeah, that's more than any quarterback should have to bear, and if this continues on, there will be another quarterback in the game because no one can stand up to this week after week.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. And they run the option on second down. Wiggles free. 4 yards on the pickup, and that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14.
That's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 14.
The shotgun snap for Newton. And the pressure will bring him down here. The Cardinals get home for the sack. Von Miller, he was the one getting in there, able to wreak his usual havoc.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Johnny Hacker now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. Returning it, here's Hamler. A nice return that time of about 14 yards. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. On 1st down, they'll start out with Akers. And they will stop him after a fairly minimal pickup. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
From the gun, Rivers. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
It's 3rd down. And
to throw on 3rd down, Rivers. And that will be incomplete.
Intended for T. Higgins. Incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. And they call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
so well. Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
A 3-yard pickup. Brings up 2nd and 7.
To throw again on 2nd down. Newton. That's caught by Montgomery. And he went backwards. He'll be down at the 30. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8. That last play backwards a yard. I don't know how well our microphones are picking it up for those of you at home, but Charles, you and I can hear it. A lot of groans right now coming from this crowd.
I don't know if we're picking up what's happening in the stadium or from the people who are supporting this team at home, because it's coming through loud and clear to you and me. This offense, they've been stuck in neutral much of the game. And on that last play, they actually went in reverse. I think this crowd would have liked neutral, don't you?
Yeah, neutral would have strongly been preferred. They'll take anything positive at this point. It's a gain of 12, and the Cowboys pick up the 1st.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get the ball back at all. So if a 4th down situation comes up, I'm thinking hard about going for it right here and right now.
Newton on 1st down. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
Newton's pass intercepted by the Cardinals.
Brandon, offensively, this has been a tough day for him. Trying to find a place to throw the football. It's been extremely difficult. I've got to give a lot of credit to the secondary, especially the corners who've had the receivers on lockdown.
The football going back over to Arizona now.
Another important fourth-quarter series coming up. That last INT helping to maintain their slim advantage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Rivers. And they're going to get him. He's taken down for a sack back at the 47-yard line. The big man, P.J. Hall, had the path to the QB there.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Another try after the first down sack. Rivers. He'll fight his man, Laviska Shenault. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. And it's 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Rivers. Complete. Jefferson to target. And he's stopped at the 44. It's also a gain of 4. And now it's 4th down.
They didn't get the first down, but I have to say I do like the call. I like what they were trying to do. Try and hit your receiver on the run and see if he can pick it up. Keep it on his feet, get a little rack yardage.
Yeah, but a nice job defensively to get to him and keep him short of the first. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And this will carry out of bounds. Where are they going to spot it now? At about the 18-yard line, it looks like. Time for our players spotlight, and it focuses in here on Cam Newton. And this defense, they came prepared. He's probably going to be seeing them in his sleep if they don't fix things quickly.
And that's not exactly what he wants to see in his post-game slumber. So they've got to figure out a way to slow things down a little bit. Some screen passes, some draws, anything to make the defensive front hesitate a little bit. Think on their way back to the quarterback, maybe even a quarterback draw, some type of tendency breaker to change things up.
Exactly. Whatever the case, something to mix it up here. That play going for 16 yards to start the drive. 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 34-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Cowboy 1st down. And his throw is incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Back to throw. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield. And
a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off by Bashaud Breeland. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. On 4th down, that turned out like a punt. Maybe he was better defensively there just to knock it down.
And you know they go over those situations. All right, 4th down, where's the ball? Where would we get the ball? But instinct takes over, and when it's in the air, they just go and get it. So it's hard to get on him for intercepting it, but the smart play would have been what you suggested. Knock it down and take over in a deeper position.
They'll begin on the ground with Akers. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. The Cowboys going to use their 2nd timeout now as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Going right back to Akers. Across the 30 to the 31-yard line. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. third down. Akers, and he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the third down conversion.
I like a guy who understands the situation. I also like a guy who you look at him and you say, that looks like a guy who knows the coach is going to say, guess what? You drop this one, you'll be carrying around the training facility for an entire week.
Maybe flashback to high school or college, carrying it around campus, right?
The old gauntlet drill, right? Anyone get the ball out while he's sitting in class and bring it back to the coach? He's in big trouble.
Kneel down here from Rivers, and that should be it.
I don't know about you, partner, but watching them take the knee there and finish this one off, I think I'm going to be sore tomorrow. This was one bruising affair, low scoring, but my kind of football.
Not a work of art, but maybe in your world, a little bit of a work of art. You like the defensive side.
I thought it was pretty. I can't help myself. I thought it was pretty.
And it ends in a kneel down as the clock rolls down to zeros. So it's a win here for the Arizona Cardinals, and they were spurred on by a strong performance in that fourth quarter as they held their opponents off the scoreboard.
Everyone wants to pitch a shutout for the entire game, but when you throw one in the fourth quarter, that tells everyone that you're getting stronger and dominance is starting to take over, right? The way that you close, the way that you finish, that gets preached to you from the time you're playing Little League football all the way up through. And they closed them out with a big-time performance down the stretch.
So for the Cardinals, their good start continues as they get their record up to 4-2. And they will head home next week to take on the Seattle Seahawks. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, the loss here will move them back to 500 at 3-3. And they'll try to rebound next week on the road in Washington. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.